distant past. The people of Marchtown were well known for their party spirit. They especially loved marching parades. And cool drum majors were adored by all. Major Minor was a boy cat who wanted to play basketball and watch TV. No, he wanted to be a great drum major more than anything in the world. But something was missing. He needed band members and instruments to start a marching band. A drum major needs leadership ability and musical talent. And a marching baton, obviously. But I don't have any of those, said Major Minor. His best friend Tom came to the rescue. Come on, let's start a marching band. Why don't you use your great-great-grandma Gladiola's famous baton? But that's a treasured family heirloom, said Major Minor. It's supposed to have mysterious powers. Back at Major Minor's house, they tried the baton. Somehow, a snare drum suddenly appeared in Tom's hands. And on top of that, the baton started to speak. It was the voice of great-great-grandma Gladiola.
We have been a great drum major family for generations. So, Major Minor, now it's your turn to be a great drum major too. Don't stand there looking surprised. I'll help you. Start your training immediately.
At once, Major Minor and Tom ran out of the house and began their quest to be the best marching band ever. Major Minor and Tom decided to try their first march right through Marchtown.
This is your first big chance. Don't blow it.
Gigi is serious.
March, march, keep on marching. March, march, keep on marching. Keep on marching.
Wow, Major Minor really looks the part now. Okay, let's start the march. They did it! Their first march went well. Okay, let's march on to the next town. The next challenge was to march in the big flower festival in Flower Town. There were so many beautiful flowers.
That was just an easy rehearsal. The real marching starts here.
Gigi is tough.
March, march, keep on marching. March, march, keep on marching. Keep on marching.
Wow, Gigi's encouragement gave him power. Go for it! The flower festival really livened up thanks to Major Minor's marching band. One of the band members told them they should march at the Seaside Funpark. Tom and Major Minor thought it was a splendid idea. And so, they decided to go to the fun park on the coast.
Let's march on the way there. March, march, keep on marching. March, march, keep on marching. Keep on marching.
Wow, Major Minor is really motivated. Well, let's march towards the fun park. Just then, they were hailed by a police officer. Welcome to Bugtown, said the officer. You can march here, but please don't litter. Don't worry, we won't, answered Tom politely. Unbelievably, they wound up in the big stadium. The audience loved it. Now they can go and march in the fun park on the coast. I can't wait! Major Minor and his band had almost reached the fun park on the coast. Soon they saw the wonderful fun park.
Make sure that you entertain people with your marching. March, march, keep on marching. March, march, keep on marching. Keep on marching.
Major Minor was looking really cool. They decided to put on a marching show that would put the fun park's attractions in the shade. The whole time, someone mysterious was watching them. It was Eggplant Fox, also known as EPF, also known as Aubergine. What was his plan? The fun park performance was a fantastic success. One of the band members presented Major Minor with a letter. Major Minor said, "Hey, isn't this an invitation to that super celebrity's birthday party?" "Yes," exclaimed Tom. "This will be a huge break for us. We will be famous." The super celebrity mansion was super indeed.
Make this a super gorgeous birthday party now, okay? March, march, keep on marching. March, march, keep on marching. Keep on marching.
Major Minor was bursting with confidence. They wanted to pay back the super celebrity's invitation with an unforgettable performance. Eggplant Fox was at the party too. Could it have been that he wanted to join the band? Or was he looking for trouble? The party march was awesome. The super celebrities were overjoyed. They invited Major Minor and his band to march in the New Year City's New Year's Eve super event. It was another incredible break for the band. Wow, great! Gigi must be very pleased. But that's exactly when Major Minor realized that the baton was gone. It must have been stolen at the party. The instruments had disappeared too. It seemed like marching would be impossible now. What could they do? Without instruments and the baton, Gigi wouldn't be able to help them. Suddenly, Tom came up with an idea. The nearby factory has loads of different tools. Let's use them as instruments. Maybe you can use this as a baton, Tom suggested. So they headed out to the dark factory in search of new instruments. They did it! They managed a great performance, even with junk as instruments. Just as they finished playing in the factory, a police officer appeared. It was Eggplant Fox who had stolen the baton. "Thanks for catching him," said Major Minor. "But why did you steal it?" "I always wanted to be a drum major myself," said Eggplant Fox. "I thought the Gigi baton would help me. I'm sorry." "That's okay," said Major Minor. "Next time, just ask." The baton was back, and it was Tom's great idea that led them to the factory. Just then, Major Minor realized now Tom was missing. They all looked around, but Tom was nowhere to be found. "We can't march without Tom," said Major Minor. Everyone felt hopeless. Then the usually strict Gigi offered encouragement.
It's okay. You guys can still do it. Now pluck up some courage. Tom would want you to march on.
Major Minor knew Gigi was right. The march must go on. The band arrived in New Year City for the big event. But without Tom around, everyone was worried.
You'll be fine without Tom. Show a little confidence.
They had to listen to Gigi and overcome their fear.
March, march, keep on marching. March, march, keep on marching. Keep on marching.
Wow, incredible! Perhaps all his worries have faded away. It was time to march like they had never marched before and make it a New Year's party that people would never forget. Suddenly, Tom appeared. He had tracked back to round up all the previous band members to join the celebration. And they all had something to say. They were all happy and proud that Major Minor had marched the New Year's event on his own.
Major Minor has become quite a splendid drum major, hasn't he? From now on, let's call this band Major Minors Majestic Marching Band!
What a great name, said Tom. Let's do a victory parade right away. It was another excellent idea from good old Tom.
The world you've just seen might feel different next time. Try again and fulfill your destiny to become the most famous drum major of all. March anytime, march anywhere, march anytime, march anywhere, march anytime, march anywhere.
Okay, Gigi, we get the message already. The story we have told thus far is the story of my father, the great drum major, Major Minor. As you can imagine, this tale is told countless times in our home. Yes, my family has been renowned for producing magnificent drum majors for generations now. Naturally, I think I want to become a drum major too.
You'd better try hard too, unless you want the family pedigree to peter out.
I'm not sure I have what it takes.
Hey, you're a lucky girl, you know that? You can use your father's old band members. You see, the march goes on.
I got it, Gigi. I won't let you down.